Hello! So if you've been following my previous videos, you'll know that I've been going through a bit of a twin flame situation that I've been trying to get to the bottom of. And I've done some personal research and I thought it would be useful to share it with everybody because I know that there's lots of people that resonate with this or are going through similar things themselves. A common theme that seems to keep coming up is that many people meet their twin flames when they're actually in other relationships. And indeed, that was certainly the case for my twin, which is why we're not actually in contact at the moment, which I'll go into. So what I've learned is that this is a deliberate intervention from the higher self of the person who is in the relationship. And let me explain why. There are no accidents, right? It reminds me of that quote in The Matrix actually, when Neo speaks to the Oracle and the Oracle offers him a sweet, or if you're American or Canadian, a candy. And Neo says, well, if you know that I'm going to accept it, why even offer it to me? And then the Oracle said, well, yes, I do know what your choice is going to be, but it's your goal in this lifetime to understand why you're making these choices, right? And I suppose that's the complexity of free will. So therefore, there's something about breaking out of our own illusions and breaking out of the delusions that we hold on to in the human experience. And very often, these delusions can manifest in relationships that are inauthentic or toxic. Even though meeting your twin flame can be very triggering, it's because it shows you where you are yet to heal. And if you're spiritually conscious and you're looking at your life as in, oh, this has been a triggering experience, what am I meant to learn and grow from this? Then this can be the best education that there is. Because stagnant energies are being shaken up to create a new reality. And we do continue in relationships that hold us back. And when we come out of those relationships, we look back and we think, wow, I was using the chaos of that relationship or the numbness of that relationship to keep me from myself. And now that I have this consciousness and awareness of myself, I understand why I kept like that placeholder of numbness or chaos in my life. And the really interesting thing also about my relationship and the dynamic that is charted between my twin and I, because we do have that quintessential vertex anti-vertex conjunction, and we can learn a lot by looking at the channeled Sabian symbols on these moments where fate is unfolding. So looking at my twin's vertex, the Sabian symbol for that is swords versus torches. And for those of you that are into tarot, you'll know that swords is the suit of the mind. And there's positives to swords, but there's also negatives. It's also the suit of tragedy. It's also the suit of the overthinker. The suit of mind over matter, and in many ways, mind over spiritual. Whenever I see King of Swords, I'll sometimes just think head over heart, you know, yes, clear-minded, but like also ignoring something in yourself. Whereas torches is like wands, it's passion, it's desire, it's creativity, it's the spark that lights you up. And when I was with my twin, I have never seen her laugh as much as when she was with me. It was like a beacon was lit up and it was like light shining on everything. It's really beautiful to see. So that's a choice, right? Swords versus torches. Are you going to choose what your ego wants or perceives it needs? Or are you going to choose your desire? So that is a lesson that will be playing out over and over and over again during her lifetime until she chooses authenticity in herself. And my anti-vertex, which is conjunct, is called a newly formed continent. And the anti-vertex is like fate that we can do alone. So for me, I had to I suppose, give birth to my authentic self completely in isolation and just suck up all the reactions that I had to that, to now get to this place where I have this beautiful, authentic, full and whole life, and I feel spiritually full. It's incredible, but it took a lot of time and it took a lot of pain. Whereas the vertex is a fated experience that we share with others. And looking at, so there's two different types of charts that you can look at to analyze relationships in astrology. One is a synastry bi-wheel, and then the other is the composite chart of the relationship. So looking at the composite, which is a combined chart, almost as if the relationship is its own person, is its own thing. The vertex of the composite is always worth looking at, because what I can see in the composite is that it's my anti-vertex that then becomes the vertex of the relationship, a newly formed continent. So I guess in many ways I must be the earthquake, and the tectonic plates are shifting until it gets to this point where torches are chosen. But even if you don't have the vertex anti-vertex conjunction, I do feel that it's still very important to understand the vertex, because twin flames are a fated experience. The vertex gives us data on fate. So for example, another interesting thing that I have looked at is also the chart of the business where we primarily had our interactions. So this is the setting of the relationship. And the vertex for that setting is basically, there's a flag, there's an eagle, but the eagle can be a pigeon if the eagle can't be an eagle. And it's about making the choice to be authentic and to enable others to be authentic. And if those people need to live a lie, it's going to seriously hold them back from their potential, right? So this is what we see unfolding, but then also in the measures that we're taking to cover up the emotional infidelity that has been happening, it's put a lot of people in that setting into the place where they can't be eagles, where they have to be pigeons, because they understand that they can't be authentic. And it's changed, I suppose, because of everyone's knowledge of this, that it would create a fear-based leadership dynamic which would enhance the pigeonhood of the others involved. So I would say continue to look at the vertex, and also take a look at the vertex degrees for key transit points. Look at the dates where significant events have happened. And the reason that I'm sharing this is because I know that there's many twins who are in separations like this, like I've had, you know, where you want to come into consciousness of it. You don't want to just look at it in this victimhood, victimizer dynamic. You want to come into a place of understanding and acceptance so that you can learn that love is unconditional no matter what, even if there's been potentially even harmful events or emotionally difficult events that have led to the separation. So I wanted to give everybody watching this video a tool that has really helped me come into a place of understanding on what has happened between my twin flame and I.